Hi, Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. Not every wood turning project has to be a big one. Sometimes it's the simple little projects that are more valuable. What is this? I'm not sure what to call it, but it will do a great job of holding a page open when you're in a book. So when you're reading, or perhaps at church with the hymn book, whenever you need to hold the pages with one hand, here you go. So let's make this page holder.
I selected walnut for this book page holder. Since the wood is so dark, I put some light tape on it so that I could easily see my markings. With the tailstock holding the timber centered, I'll use hot melt glue to fasten it to a wood faceplate. Then I'll drill a 3/4 inch hole, sized to my thumb. Your thumb size may vary. Just watch out for the wood spinning around. It's a real knuckle knocker. Now I'll tool this side of the hole just a little. It's my only chance to round it off and sand it. I started with a gouge, but after a couple of catches, I switched to a square carbide. But even then, the carbide was quite awkward for this cut due to the small hole and heavy-handled carbide tool. I'll sand this now. Then I'll remove the timber from the faceplate, flip it around, align it with a cone center, and glue it down again with hot melt glue. Then do the same thing from the other side of the timber. With the hole finished, I can remount the timber between centers. Here's where it pays off to be as centered on the timber as possible, so the side hole edges are uniform. I'll round off the blank also while cutting a tenon on one end so I can remount it in a chuck. Why? Well, because I like to part off one end while on the lathe, then finish the end while still mounted. After some shaping, I'll mark off equal lengths for the 2 points, then refine the shape. With the hole through the middle, I can see the ghost image of the hole, but I still have to be careful not to overcut. I'm stopping often to check the shape. Those ghosts are just not totally reliable. Then sand it in preparation for parting off one end. After parting it off, I'll touch up the end, then apply beeswax and mineral oil. But I had a problem. I applied just a little too much side pressure while finishing. The page holder snapped off the other end. Unfortunately, it broke diagonally across the holder, following some diagonal grain. So I used a small, cheap paintbrush to apply some medium CA glue to the split to glue it together again. Afterwards, I sanded and finished the end yet again. Now I have a new book page holder. I haven't figured out how to use it on a Kindle, so it will stay retro with traditional books. Meanwhile, those pages will have to stay in place while I read with one hand and reach for a treat with the other hand. Despite its visual simplicity, this had its own special challenges. Please click the like button on this video and subscribe to both my website and YouTube channel. always wear your face shield. Until next time, this is Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns.